Good morning and welcome back to Keto Living with Dale and Judith. Today's video is my keto anti-inflammatory food prep. It helps me control my rheumatoid arthritis and maintain my 150 pounds weight loss. I only have a few things to prep, so I'll do a lot of explaining about why I make these food choices. But like always, we're going to start with prepping my morning coffee. It's important that you pick full fat, which typically is canned, and unsweetened coconut milk. Read the ingredients. Can you see that? It's just made with coconut and water. The brand isn't important. What's important is unsweetened, but some brands do add sugar or some type of syrup, so be careful. Liquid stevia is not going to add any carbs, but it's still a highly refined food. And yes, it's from a plant, but it's been refined. Now, the granular stevias, they're mixed with some kind of bulking agent, and it is going to add some net carbs. If you bought straight powdered stevia, it would be a white, concentrated, fine powder, and I don't even think that's sold to shoppers like us. So, your granular stevia is going to add net carbs. So I like to use liquid, and I do grow stevia myself. But this will not dissolve in coffee. It's not going to dissolve in tea. If you want to grow your own stevia, you can use it in your coffee. And you can make a liquid, but in my opinion, it has a green taste. I've made it with vodka, and I've made stevia extract with water, and to me, they both have a green taste because they're not refined like this is. So you can use the homegrown stevia, but you're going to want to use the leaves like in an old-fashioned percolator. Or, sweeten some water to use, but don't use it in your coffee maker. If you put the powder or the leaves in that basket, it's going to clog up your machine. I've tried putting the fresh leaves in the filter, but it doesn't make the coffee sweet enough. I hear one pot's finished, so let's get it poured into the jars. Can you see that? I like to use these stainless steel lids because they don't rust. And I like these silicone liners. You put them in with a little tab facing up so you can pull it out of the lid. So the coconut milk makes my breakfast 3 grams of net carbs. Let's let this cool and we'll make some more. Then we'll put it all in the fridge. While the last pot of coffee is brewing, let's mix up this week's keto coconut milk yogurt. We need to add our chia seeds. 1 tablespoon is going to be 0.8 grams of net carbs. We're going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of liquid stevia. And we're going to put 1/2 cup of the yogurt in each container. And the yogurt is made with probiotics, good for my gut health. It helps fight my arthritis too. One of my anti-inflammatory goals is to eat 1 serving of probiotic-rich food every day. So the yogurt is made with the same full-fat coconut milk. Same as the coffee, and the coffee also has 1/2 cup, and it's made with the same liquid stevia. The coffee has 1/2 teaspoon, where the yogurt has 1/4 teaspoon. See this right here? Now the yogurt and the water is going to separate. The yogurt itself isn't going to become thick. When I made it, I added in some powdered unsweetened gelatin. But a little bit of it has separated, even though it's all gelled. But I need to mix it together before I portion it out. Yogurt for the week is ready to go. 3.9 grams of net carbs. And every morning I will add 1 fruit square from the freezer. Berries, lemon juice, or lime juice. And they all have various net carb counts. I add the chia seeds to thicken the yogurt, but it also feeds the probiotics that are in the yogurt. Chia seeds, they are a prebiotic. They feed the good bacteria in your gut because that bacteria needs something to eat, and what they eat is fiber. So your good gut bacteria eats the fiber and releases beneficial chemicals in your body that help fight inflammation of your joints, but also of your brain, because research is showing that brain inflammation leads to dementia. So the less risk of brain inflammation, the lower your risk of developing dementia. And I definitely want that. I also drink coconut milk and use coconut milk because I'm allergic to dairy. I absolutely love heavy cream, and that's what I used 8 years ago when I started keto. And I would cut it out, but I would include it again in my diet. And it was a big struggle, but I was finally able to get rid of the dairy. Because eating foods you're allergic to will also increase your inflammation. And this isn't just something I suspect I'm allergic to. It's actually been diagnosed by a medical doctor. I'm allergic to the milk protein, not the lactose, the protein. And that's also the reason that I used ghee. And that's the reason I don't eat cheese. I love cream cheese and I love feta cheese. But I was finally able to cut out the dairy. I've mentioned before that the fat in coconut milk is a great keto oil. It goes straight to your liver where it's burned for energy. It doesn't have to go through the normal process in your body to burn fat. So coconut oil is a fast-burning keto fat, but it's also good for your brain. It's good fuel for your brain, and it helps fight inflammation in the brain. Another good reason for me to use coconut milk. Most of my anti-inflammatory diet principles come from the book The Wales Protocol. It's a doctor who herself has multiple sclerosis. She really researched what her cells needed to help fight an autoimmune disease. And she came up with different foods that would provide the things that the cells needed to fight that inflammation. And she saw a huge improvement in her life. And in that book, coffee is permitted. And that's why I still drink coffee. But if you find that coffee increases your inflammation, then by all means, cut it out of your diet. Do what's best for you. Make your own choices. I think Dale and I are a great example. Both have very different ways of eating, but we both control our blood sugar and we both burn fat and get benefits. But the way we eat are very different from each other. So I still have coffee, but I try to buy good, high-quality coffee from my local organic co-op. The last prep for today is going to be thawing some meat. I've been working on bagging up 2 chicken thighs per bag to portion out to have after Dale's liver transplant surgery when he's back home recovering. It'll be an easy go-to meal for me. I've already bought all of the meat. I want 3 months worth because his full recovery is going to take about 3 months. See, the extra meat's all stacked up here in Dale's freezer. So I need to put some in the fridge to thaw, and I think 3 family packs of chicken thighs will fit. High-fat meat is a big part of a keto diet, right? But for my arthritis, to be anti-inflammatory, it's really best to buy options of meat that are grass-fed, pasture-raised, wild. But right now, it's just not in the budget. So buying the Walmart chicken thighs is great for keto, but it's not necessarily best for my arthritis. But it's still better than eating high-carb foods. Now, my cells still need things that meat provides. So why is grass-fed, wild, and pasture-raised better? It's because it's all about what the animals themselves eat. So this Walmart chicken is probably fed GMO corn and GMO soy. So it's all about what composes the fat of the meat. And this chicken's fat is going to be heavier on the omega-6 fatty acids than the omega-3 fatty acids. Where grass-fed, wild-caught, pasture-raised meat, their fat is going to be heavier on the omega-3s. They're going to have a bigger balance between omega-6 and omega-3. Because too much omega-6 fatty acids in your diet increases inflammation. That's just kind of a surface explanation. So this is the book I follow, and I spelled her name wrong. Walls. It's all about what our cells need. Now, I do take some grass-fed beef liver supplements. This organ meat is very important for cell health to fight inflammation. for things like arthritis. And right now, I'm not eating any fresh organ meat. So this is the second best option for me. It's also recommended to eat a lot of colorful vegetables, which I do eat, but I also take some beet powder capsules every day. I don't like fresh beets, but I want the rich nutrients inside of beets. Now, I tend to make my own beetroot powder, but for the hospital, I plan to buy pre-bought capsules. And green leaves, I have those every day too. Typically, I eat them dehydrated from homegrown leafy vegetables, but I also bought some moringa to bring to the hospital. There are a lot of health benefits of eating leafy greens every day. Also, seaweed has some benefits. And cold water fish is important for fighting inflammation. Right now, I'm taking omega-3 capsules. But if you do that, pick it from a high-quality, reputable place. I get them from my local co-op because you don't want fish oil capsules that are full of toxins and heavy metals. So this is the book that I use. I don't follow it to the T. This doctor doesn't include eggs because she's allergic to eggs, but I'm not allergic to eggs, so I do eat eggs. I hope that helps you understand a little bit better. And these are my capsules for the day. I don't include those in the videos I make about what I eat in a day keto videos because I find it just kind of confuses people. Because you don't need to add these things to your keto diet. You can eat all these things fresh, except for the fish oil. These are all foods. They're just dehydrated. And that's my keto food prep for today. The sun's up and the garden is calling me. So thank you for visiting Keto Living with Dale and Judith. See you later. Bye-bye.